All right, everybody. This is Mike, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. How are you today? Hey, a little different tonight for the podcast. We're going to do some fun stuff. By the way, my chat is working. If you type a message in on YouTube, I will see you. But if you type it in on Facebook, I'll see the message, but I won't know who sent it. So might want to lead off with your call sign on Facebook if you got a question for me or a message, and I will jump on over there. We're going to do something a little different tonight. First, I want to recap our. Oh my God. I typed testing once on Facebook and it did it like 7 times. But I only got it once on my computer. All right. First, number one, the audio sucks. It's fading in and out, and I don't know why. I just did a bunch of test recordings before I went on today, and I noticed it was happening. I switched microphones. I'm using the Rode mics, wireless mics. I have the DJI, but the gain is not enough. I was going to try to skip the mixer completely, go directly into the computer, but I didn't get a chance to do that yet. Might still be able to do that at some point. We don't really need the mixer tonight because I'm not doing any streaming from any of the radios or anything. We're not doing a satellite pass. We don't have a guest tonight. I wanted to get Rob, the digital rancher, but he's kind of busy. He doesn't get out of work until this podcast starts, is the best time he can get out of work. But most of the times, he might be stuck an hour, so he can't commit to doing it at this time. So what I might do is work with Rod separately, make a video about how he does satellite contacts portable with his setup. Excuse me. I just ate dinner. Anyway, I hope you can hear me all right. We don't have any music playing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, we're going to go over to my Facebook page. I'm going to recap the fundraiser we did over the weekend, and I can't thank you enough, everybody who came out. And let's switch over to that screen now. So now you see, there's my ham radio fun page on Facebook. And I'm a photographer, and I didn't take one picture the whole day, I don't think. But I have a good friend, George Hans, former county commissioner, came by and took a ton of great pictures, so I'm grateful to him. And we have a few cool people I want you to meet who were there at the Hamfest. So we're going to do now, we're going to open up these pictures. Right here you see in the middle is Ray, to the right is Michelle Lee, and I believe to the left is Grace Lee, one of the daughters of James Lee. They were at the event. You can see in the background some looks like comforters and paintings and stuff like that. Those were some people that weren't even ham radio operators that came by just to share with us. So let me get this a little bit bigger on the screen. There you go. Actually, I could do full screen. Okay, we'll do full screen. Now right here, this is Jack on the right and Robin on the left. Jack and Robin sat at the table all day long collecting the tickets, doing the 50-50, and helping me give away all the presents that we got. We got tons of gifts we gave away, about 20 different gifts, including 2 brand new HTs and 2 SDR plays were included. Thank you, HRO, for that. So that's Jack on the right, and Jack's a former New York City detective. And Robin on the left is a disabled man, but he's a great guy, and he loves to volunteer at the Elks, and I greatly appreciate it. By the way, I cannot thank the Elks enough for what they did. They did so much for us. It was absolutely amazing. And they made some money, too, that day for the lunches that they served and the 50-50 that we ran. In this picture, you see my good friend George Hans on the right. George Hans he's a fixture in Flagler County, Florida. He was a commissioner for over 20 years. And on the left is Bob Booz, another friendly member of the Elks Club, happened to be at the event this weekend. And this is our new Exalted Ruler will be installed on March 23rd at the installation dinner at the Elks Club. That's Pete on the right, and that's Heather Thompson on the left. They had gone on a Elks motorcycle ride that day. So they just came back from the ride early and stopped by to say hello and see how we did. And I'm so grateful for them. Heather is a promoter in Flagler County, Florida, and she is going to help me promote the next Hamfest in Palm Coast. I think we'll do this every year as long as I can. and we'll get people out there, and it'll grow in time. And I've learned a little bit about what to charge for tables and stuff. But what I tried to stress with people, this was not your normal ham fest. This ham fest was an excuse to get together and gather money from people for James Lee, because James needs the help. And that's to say nothing less. On the right here is George again, my buddy George Hans. On the left is Dina. Dina called me up 2 days before the ham fest and said, "Hey, Mike, how many vendors you want? I'll get you as many vendors as we can fit in the place." I went, "What?" She said, "Yeah, I know all these people." Well, she does Italian pastries. You'll see her logo come up in a little while. She does Italian pastries and absolutely delicious little cakes and cookies. And man, she went out of town. She made scones. She made a whole bunch of things. And people could buy them for $5 a box, which is very reasonable. It's the same price as Girl Scout cookies, and they're better. So yeah, she was there. The good news is Dina's not even a ham, but she won one of the HTs. So I'm going to be making sure she gets her ham license, and soon we're going to get her back. We're going to get her on the air. There's another woman that was there as a vendor. Sadly I don't remember her name, but that's me giving her the prize that she won. The nice thing was all the women who were not Elks members and they were not ham radio people, they all won. They all won something. Here's a little overview of their tables. You can see the quilts right here. That's one. This woman over here selling the quilts. This woman over here selling the artwork. And Dina had this table over here where she was selling our cakes and candies and stuff. Here's me looking fat again. I got to get that belly down. I can't be eating that Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. That's what does that. But that's me with the two men in the purple shirts. You know Jack, he's on the far right. The next one in, that's Frank. Frank and Jack and Robin did all the work collecting the money, which I'm grateful for. Behind me, you can see a table with a bunch of bags on it. All those bags were gifts that we gave away. We gave away 18 gifts, including 2 HTs, brand new, and 2 SDR plays. T-shirts from ARISS. We gave them away. The lady on the left, I'm not sure who she is. She may have just picked a winning prize. That could be why she was up there with me. And these are the lovely ladies that serve the food at the Elks at the buffet I go to every Wednesday. You want to come out to Palm Coast on a Wednesday, come to the Elks at noon, which is on Old Kings Road in Palm Coast. For $13, you get all you can eat. Today they had Salisbury steak. They had pasta with sausage and Alfredo sauce. They had mashed potatoes, chocolate cake for dessert, fresh baked rolls. So it was fantastic. It was a great lunch for $13. Every Wednesday at noon, I am at the Elks Club. If I can't be there, one of my other friends who's also an elk will be there to sign you in as a guest. But that's Terry, and I can't remember the other woman's name because I'm thick-headed Italian, but they volunteered to come to the Ham Fest and serve food at the Ham Fest too, which I am indebted to them for. They did such a wonderful job. Here's James's setup. He had his Shack in the Box display out there. He sells these boxes right here. You see this? This is what he sells. He sells these and he builds these. Even since he's had his accident and doesn't have any fingers anymore, he still does it. He's finding a way. And here's Dina winning her FT. I think it was a 65. Yeah, I think it was FT 65. Brand new Yesu. Thank you, Ham Radio Outlet, for donating that to the cause. And here's the art woman. That's some of her artwork, and she was selling that there. And here's my good buddy, W3 Charlie Fox. Doug is, you can always tell Doug on the radio because he's louder than anybody else. Doug did net control for many nets for many years. Now he works with Gigaparts and he helps mentor people and teach people stuff. Hold on one second. I'm going to sneeze. Okay, never mind. If the volume keeps changing, I am totally sorry for it. I have no compression in this at all. There should not be any fading. I don't know if it's my microphone or if it's my mixer is messed up. I might just experiment right now. Let's see. Okay, so this is Doug. Doug was in charge of staying outside and making sure people set up in the right parking spaces in the parking lot. Luckily, sadly, we didn't have enough people to really fill the parking lot, but I'm hoping next year when we do this again, we'll pack the place. Now, here's a whole I didn't sneeze. I'm going to sneeze now. Of course, it's not going to, as soon as I mute the mic, I'm not going to sneeze. Ah! Anyway, I got this tickle in my nose. Any second now, I'm going to let one rip. I'm going to spit all over my computer screen. This is bad. This shouldn't happen on a live stream. Anyway, here's a bunch of guys all getting ready for the food is getting ready to come out. The ladies in the background are serving the food. That was really nice of them to donate their time and efforts. Here's a couple of tables of guys that are selling stuff. It worked out really nice. A few guys did do well, and a lot of guys sold a lot of stuff. There was a gentleman. I'm hoping I have him in here. Oh, there's the advertisement for the Ham Fest. And there's me and George Hans. George is, you see what I'm posing? I'm going, hey, what's the matter, you? Yeah, that's George's trademark. So I took that picture with him doing that. And here I am when the other lady won a bunch of stuff. We had some Estes rockets we gave away. We gave away, God, what else did we give away? We gave all kinds of stuff. Here's George and Heather. Heather, like I said, she's an Elks rider, and they were out riding their motorcycle, and they came back to check it out. And she's a great help. Yeah, it's more, I guess George was flirting. I guess why he kept taking their pictures and not pictures of hams. Well, wait a minute. Who's that guy on stage? Yes, that's me right there in the center. And to the left of me is my elk antenna on a tripod. To the right of me is my Arrow 2 antenna on a tripod. And I did a nice demonstration of working satellites portable with those two antennas. Now, a little tidbit of information. Let's jump out of this for a second and go to, let's go to Facebook again. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to go over here and go to Facebook. Okay, here's where I want to go. I want to show you this because I posted an ad on the group today. We're going to scroll through here. We'll come back to this later. Here it is. All right. The Wouxun KGQ 10G. That was one of the radios I suggested. If you want to do portable satellites, this is the radio you want. The Wouxun. Oh, thanks, Paul. I'm glad you were there. Paul just says it was not bad for a first Ham Fest. It's true. It wasn't bad for a first Ham Fest. So yeah, I'm very grateful guys showed up. All right, so notice the sale here. Lucky deal, 10% off. Only March 11th to 17th. You see that? March 11th to 17th. This is on sale, 10% off. It's only $197. You know what I did? Bought another one. So now I'll have a green one. If you buy the green one, they'll give you a free USB-C cable. Isn't that special? But yeah, I'm going to have two of these programmed. And these are very good radios. These are quad band radios, 1.2, 6 meters, 2 meters and 70 centimeters. Absolutely great radios. So you want to get that. Man, I'm feeling like I'm going to sneeze any second. It's not happening. Anyway, so, all right. So this is, I wanted you to see this because make sure you see it. It's Buy Two-Way Radios. Here's the link right here. BuyTwoWayRadios.com is where you can get this sale. The normal price is $219, and with 10% off, you get it for $197. And they'll ship it to you too, free. It takes a little longer, but you'll get it free, 3 to 7 days. And I've bought from them before. That's why I got this radio. I highly, highly, highly suggest this radio. I will have 2 complete portable setups for satellite working. And as soon as I get that one in, I'm going to be setting up. I got a little case to put them both in. Now, remember I talked about the Kenwood THD72, and that was the holy grail of satellite radios. That's not the holy grail of satellite radios. It's good. It can do it. It is full duplex. Not a good radio to do satellites with. Why do I say that? Look at this radio. I want you to see. You see this? 2 PTT buttons. One for VFOA, one for VFOB. So when I'm working a satellite, I'll see if I can show this to you. All right. If you could see the screen on this. Now, mind you, this is hard to see in the light. That's the one fault of this radio. You cannot see the screen out in bright sunlight. So you basically got to know what you're doing and know how to do what you got to do. But what makes this radio so great is I have the transmit on the AVFO. So if I keep, I'm just going to key it real quick right here. You see the AVFO is on ISS-TX, right? If you look at the BVFO, the bottom one, it is on RX3 for the ISS. So now, since I'm going to talk on the A, but I still have to adjust the B for Doppler effect. So what you do is, because I have the selection on the B, the A doesn't move, and I can change using this dial. I can change for Doppler on the BVFO. Someday I'll do a whole detailed video on this particular radio to explain this to you so you understand what I'm talking about. But this radio is a new radio, goes up to 10 watts. Absolutely incredible radio for doing portable satellite work. I highly, highly suggest it over and above the THD72 Kenwood. I don't want to use that anymore. I have it. I'll probably be putting it up for sale. So if anybody's interested in one, let me know. But I just wanted you to see that. So let's get back to the pictures we were looking at. Here's me. You can see my two antenna up on stage with me. And that's Frank. We're picking another 50-50. And that lady just won. Here's Dina with her FT65. That's the one that she won. And she's going to get her license now so she can use it. And I'll program that for her also. Here's a couple other ladies. The lady on the left is from the St. Augustine Amateur Radio Society. They came down. They thoroughly enjoyed my portable satellite demo on how I do it. And they want me to come up and do a presentation up in St. Augustine eventually. So I got to make arrangements with Bob, the president there, and see if I can get up there and do it. More quilts. AK2's COP. That's Greg from Daytona. He came up. He got a table. He was selling stuff. Thank you for coming. There's George and Heather again. And these two people, I can't remember their names. Sue me. I think the guy on the right is named Mike. The bartender's the bartender. He wasn't necessarily there for us. But that's Mike. And I forget the lady's name. I'm terrible with names. Forgive me. And here's Heather and Pete again. March 23rd, Pete will take over as the exalted ruler of this particular Elks Lodge, 2709. And I'm looking forward to that. Here's the contact information for Dina. If you want some of her great cakes and stuff, cookies she baked, you can get in touch with her there. I don't think she'll mind me doing this on my podcast. She just better start cooking. The nice thing is she does it with her kids. They all do it together. They never had more fun. And I think that's a wonderful family outing. Here's some more fellas that came out to the party, selling their stuff in the lodge. And here's what we got for dinner, for lunch. I mean, we got these amazing hamburgers with fries. It was absolutely incredible. Ken, the chef, is a great chef, and he did a great job putting this together. We kept it simple: ketchup, ketchup, mustard, and a little tomatoes on your hamburger. It was delicious, absolutely delicious. There's me and George again, giving a thumbs up. That was fun. And here's Heather, and this is Ken on the left. He's the chef at the Elks Club. Hey, you come the first Friday of the month, prime rib. It's delicious. And then if you don't eat it all, he puts it in a soup for Wednesday for the buffet. So if you can't get there Friday night, come on out Wednesday, first Wednesday of the month, and you'll get whatever's left over from the prime rib. This lovely lady was volunteering. I don't know her name. I'm sorry. And there we are, back to the beginning again. Okay. So you got a little picture of that. So let's go. I want to show you. A lot of people don't know what these charts are that I post on every morning on the Ham Fun page. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to give you a little rundown of it. This is me live right now, but we're not looking at that. By the way, today is the anniversary of me getting my tech license. 3 years. 3 years ago today, I got my tech license. And then in August of the same year, I got my general. And we got a new guy, David Finch, joined the club. Now, this is the chart I'm talking about. Let's show you this. Okay. You know I'm into satellites. My sat box, I go into it in the morning and I ask it to show me all the passes coming by today. So this goes from 7:30 this morning till 2:09 this afternoon. And you can see the darker orange boxes are the higher passes. Like this one's going to be 45 degrees. I tried to work that satellite this morning, and A07 was not active. Here's RS-44 is going to be at 60 degrees. So those are going to be really great passes. So the darker these boxes are, this one's only going to be 30 degrees. Notice it's a lighter color orange. So every morning I post this. These aren't the satellites that are going to pass over your location, but they're the ones that are going to pass over my location. So you can go in the way you look up satellites, and you could see if that same pass that's going to go by me, for instance, RS-44 here is going to rise at 12:15. Well, maybe it's going to rise for you a little later or a little earlier, and you'll be able to get me on that satellite. Because if I work it, you can call out your call sign. I'll probably get you. That's what that is. I post that every morning. We also had, I found this video online today from Ham Radio Deluxe, where Mike is explaining the new editions of Ham Radio Deluxe and when they're going to probably be out. He doesn't have any firm content, but this is the kind of stuff I post on my Facebook page. You can post stuff too. You want to put stuff about things going on in your area, you're more than welcome to. All right? So, I muted the mic just in time. Okay, so there we go. How much do we raise? Andy, it's coming out. I'll tell you that in a second. Don't hang up. Stay on the phone. Paul Gantz, thanks a lot for coming. It was the first Hamfest. And Andy Cowley's here, and I'm very happy to have you here, Andy. All right, where were we? Okay, so this is the other thing I post. Yesterday I went out and I did some POTA, so I posted a little funny cartoon before I did. So I was telling people I was going out. So actually, this is an announcement for the Flagler Palm Coast Amateur Radio Club is going to be at Gamble Rogers State Park this Saturday at 8 a.m. doing Parks on the Air. So I'm going there. So I just said, hi, everyone. Want to learn POTA in person? I'll be there with the F Park meeting at Parks on the Air this coming Saturday. Come on out, and I'll share what I know and maybe a satellite contact. I'll bring my satellite antennas and good old whoosh on, and we'll see. Maybe we'll get somebody on satellite. We'll try it. This is just a little cartoon. It says, I think we have a mistake here in our records. Service records, your car is only a year old, and yet it has 500,000 miles on it. And he says, it's correct. I'm a POTA operator. I know the feeling. I've done that. Here's another chart. Now, here is the Parks on the Air. Okay, let me show you this one first. This is through SDR Control. These were all FT8 contacts, and these were all the places in Europe I got. Over here, Spain, Portugal, Sweden. Oh, my God. Got all the way to Serbia even. And then in the United States and in Cuba and the Dominican Republic, we made some contacts. This is the output that you get on SDR Control. If you want to do FT8 with the 705, which is what I was doing at about 70 watts, because I have an amplifier, that's what I was doing. And that's what these were all FT8 contacts. Now, if you look at this picture, these were all voice contacts. I got to, I got to Finland, France, Spain. I love how you put Espana. I got Spain, and then all over the United States, the East Coast and Central United States, I got a bunch of contacts, which was cool. So yeah, I post that. Now, if you go out and do Parks on the Air and you want to post your map of the places you contacted, feel free. Just go right ahead and do it. Here's the sale on the Whoosh on Radio. Here's the picture I took when I was at the Parks on the Air site. This is SDR Control on the right, running the radio and the amplifier. And you notice right now in this moment, it's transmitting on 17 meters for FT8. And you can see that there. I posted a few more pictures. I'll show you a picture of the antenna setup I had. This was my Buddy Pole Deluxe on the 18 meter with my PotaFlex wire from Messi and Palomi. And notice the pink tape. That's to keep people from walking underneath the guy ropes. The guy ropes are tied off on a stake right here, and then on the fence behind it, and on a tree over here. And those were high enough that you weren't going to run into them. But this one came right down near where the path was, so I want to make sure nobody tripped over that. It's always good to be safe when you go out and do POTA and other stuff like this. Let's see, did I post any other pictures of what was going on there? I think I did. Yeah, there's the radio there. Oh, and there's my ugly mug having a cigar, a Dookie cigar. I love cigars. When I go out and do POTA for two reasons. They serve two purposes. They keep the bugs away, And it's enjoyable to just relax and have a cigar. So every time we get a new member, I post a welcome to them. This is Nicole Rios. She's a masseuse in town, and she's a lovely lady, and she wants to learn how to do this too. Here's the most recent satellite contacts I got on RS-44. Come down here. This is what I'm building to do Parks on the Air. No, not really. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I need that. I want to tow that behind my car, huh? Now that, to me, is an antenna. I don't think there's anything he can't pick up on that. What do you think? Noisy as hell, but hey, probably doesn't have any RF. Anyway, I just saw that, and I just said I have to share this and tell people that's going to be my new portable setup. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we have an eclipse coming up on April 8th. Keep in mind, if you're going to try to look at the sun, make sure you have your special glasses. I picked up some glasses at the St. Augustine Amateur Radio Society meeting last week. They had the St. Augustine Astronomy Club come there and do some demos, and they gave us these glasses that you could put on to look at the sun during the eclipse. Now in Florida, we're not going to have a total eclipse. We're going to have a partial eclipse. Oh, there's deer in my backyard. A whole bunch of deer in my backyard. Oh, I should turn on the Real Link camera and show that to you. So anyway, let me, yeah, this will be cute. Hold on. Oh, let's see, where's my antenna camera? And let's say, okay. And bring that up to the front of the screen. There we go. Let's see if we can make this bigger. Yeah, look at the deer. See the deer running around my backyard? Cute, huh? A little diversion. I'm sorry. By the way, how's the audio? How's the audio going, Andy? Is it fading in and out like it had been, or are we staying solid? I can only tell the view meter tells me we're staying solid, but I don't know if it's going out that way. Andy Cowley, you still here? I'm going to tell you in a second how much we made in the fundraiser. All right, turn the antenna off. All right, so, okay. So remember, there's an eclipse. There's another thing. Here's a cute little video. Hold on a second. Let's hear this one.
At the ham convention, it's not just ham. It's all about radios. Here's my friend Mike Randazzo. Who are you, gentlemen? Stephen Grant. Look at Dina. YKC. Dina, Jim, and Pastor Jay is here. Of all things, I just was on her radio the other day. So you guys come on down to the Elks Club. Mike, what's really happening down here?
We are raising money for my good friend Jim over here, who had an unfortunate medical accident years ago. In the process, he lost his hands and he lost his feet. And we want to help him out because life's tough, and we sure help each other.
Yes, we absolutely, positively do. So
Plus,
remember,
God made me do it.
Amen. God made me. I was struck by lightning.
No,
Yeah, I was, to do the food drive. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for Jim. So come on down to the Elks Club, support the Elks Club and the ham event here at the Elks Club. We're here till what time, gentlemen?
4:30.
We're here till 4:30, so come on down, people. See you later. Remember, it's me, Linda, and I'm listening. Oh, and Dina's got some great pastries. Yes, the La Familia Italian bakery. Yes, come on down. See you soon. It's me, Linda, and I'm listening. Hello, fam.
Now I can't shut it off. All right, there we go.
And today I'm at the Elks Club.
I guess get rid of it. We do that. All right. So no, I'm not on Vox, Andy. That's the problem. It seems to be acting as if I'm on Vox, and it's losing my voice, but it's still getting out there. So here you can see I posted. I'm a patron with Mike Cade MRD Ham Radio Tube, and I'm a patron, so I get the videos before you do. And I like to post them from time to time. When I see a good one coming up, like Mailbag Monday, which this one was, it was great. He's funny. I like him. Anyway, here's a little look at the page. Here's some more. This is Mike Robinson. He came down from Jacksonville, KG2 Mike. That's his call sign. He came down, and that was nice of him. And, oh, wait a minute. Did you see there? Who's that handsome guy on the TV? Oh, that's right. That's me talking to Frank when Frank was my guest on the podcast. So we did that. And then here I am. These are some tumblers that Estes Rockets gave us, the nice little thermoses. And they gave me a few to give away. So I gave away some of those. And you can see my antennas there. You can see me up on the TV. There's a Shack in a Box setup. There's another battery box and a radio. That's a ICOM 5100, I believe, in that orange box. And that's a 7300 in the Go box on the bottom, running off a giant, I think it's a 90 amp hour battery, Bioano battery. This is the new box that Jim designed for the ICOM 705. This box is the prototype, and he will be making it even better with a matte tuner and a battery included inside it. And I think it's about $3,500 with the radio. So you can't go wrong with that. You'll love it. And here we go. This is Carl. He won the FT4X HT. So that was nice of him. He came out to lunch today too. We had lunch together. Great guy, Carl. He's got a Gran Torino that's gorgeous. And there's Mike again. And that's about it for that one. So yeah, thank you everybody who came out. Now here's the creme de la creme. You ready? We started out charging $20 for a parking space, $30 for a table inside, $20 admission. And that, everybody said, that's so much money for a ham fest. Yes, it is, because it's not just a ham fest. We're doing a fundraiser for another ham radio guy that needed our help, Jim. And James Lee is, it's amazing he's alive. And I keep telling him God's got a purpose for you. There's a reason you're not dead. He died 9 times on the table, and 9 times they revived him. So you can't say anything bad about that. That is amazing. I thank him for his friendship. He's a great guy. You learn a lot from people that are in situations that you pray you're never going to be in. But man, the guy is still going strong. He's not letting anything stop him. And trust me, he's got a lot of stuff that's slamming his head against the wall, trying to get money and all this. He's over $8 million in debt. But we, between the 50-50, the entrance and table fees, and I can't help but I have to mention this one guy. If I can remember his name, I can't remember his name. He got in touch with me right before the Hamfest and said a woman had died and left a whole bunch of stuff that he said he wanted to donate so James could sell it and make money with it. Well, that's given me a job. I have so much to do anyway. I graciously told him, I said, listen, I said, I don't have time for that. But if you want to come and sell that stuff and give the money to Jim, I will not charge you a fee to come into the show. And he showed up, and he did his thing, and came in at the end of the day and said, "Here's $450 more." He raised $450 all by himself to donate to the cause. So with his money, my pastor donated some money. And all the money we took in for tables and everything, we raised $2,050, more than $2,000 for a first Ham Fest for benefit. And that, my friends, was humbling. That so many people gave so much money. Not only was it humbling for me, but James, he was overwhelmed at how many people cared about him and wanted to help him. So on that note, I'll tell you, people, if you got a chance to serve somebody or help somebody, do it. Don't fight it. It's God calls you to a purpose to do something, and you can't say no. Ask Jonah. Jonah who? Jonah who got eaten by the whale. That Jonah. God said to Jonah, I want you to go preach in Nineveh and teach them about God. And he said, no. He said, no, Jonah, you got to go. Go 3 times. He said no. And next thing you know, he was eaten by a whale and held in the whale for 3 days. Now, I once heard a preacher talk about this. If you were exposed to the digestive juices of a whale for 3 days, what happened was Jonah's skin was all bleached white. His hair was bleached white. He looked like maybe he looked like an albino when he came out. Can you imagine him walking into your city covered with seaweed and dirt and being pale as a ghost? They had to listen to him. And many people came to believe in God because of Jonah's preaching. So read your Bible, learn that story. It's actually a great story. So a year ago, God was telling me to do this, and I was doing everything in my power not to do it and get somebody else to do it and say, I'll help. and nobody said they wanted to do it, and nobody wanted to help. So basically, the whole ball was in my court. I had to do something. And about 6 months ago, I said, "That's it. I'm doing this." And I started working towards it. And it wasn't until the very last minute where a few people volunteered helping, and it was a glitch in the middle of the whole thing because of the changeover in leadership at the Elks. The ball was dropped, and 3 days before this was supposed to happen, I had no clue if it was even going to go. And it still went. We still raised $2,000, $2,050 for James and his family, and I'm sure he's very happy about that. Now I'm trying to get him hooked up with a neighbor of mine who runs a mobility store, get his wheelchair fixed. There's a bunch of things broken on his wheelchair, so we're trying to get that fixed so he can keep his mobility. Because right now, his manual wheelchair somebody stole out of his car, and his electric wheelchair is in great need of repair. So we're going to do something to help him get that working too. And thank you, Andy. Uh, this is not the end. I believe what I'm going to probably come up with, and I will talk to people about this, about getting help with this. I want to build a committee and run a Hamfest in Palm Coast, Florida every year. And the money we generate will go to a charity, some charity somewhere. We will do it. If not James, hopefully by the time we do this again next year, James's situation is going to be much, much better because he has a court case in 2025. If not, we'll still give the money to him and help him out. You cannot be blessed more. I mean, you can make a donation to something, but when you work at something like I worked at this and then it gets successful, I don't know. People say, "Oh, it's such a nice thing you're doing." I'm like, no, 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 no. No, no, no. It's not me doing it. It's God doing it. I just happen to be the guy that he put in charge of doing this. And it's more of a blessing to me than it is to them. The money means nothing to me because I'm not taking any of it. I don't want to make money. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for James. And we got the money, and I'm proud that we got $2,050 for James. And I pray that it helps him and he gets his wheelchair fixed. And yeah, I hope the guy's got enough to worry about. The sad thing is I neglected to get Jim or Michelle to speak at the event. It would have been nice. But they did get to meet a lot of people there and talk to a lot of people about the situation they're in. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for everybody who showed up. Hopefully next week, I will work with Rob, the digital rancher, at some point during the week and film a interview with him. And I'll play that next Wednesday probably. If I can't get Rob, I'll have somebody else. I'll get somebody else on there. Maybe a local, maybe I'll get Dina, the bakery lady that made all the great cookies at the Hamfest. I'll get her to what is it? Where somebody's writing something. I see. Wait, hold on. Don't go away. I think my good friend. All right, here we are. No, somebody commented something. I thought it was on me. Oh, it was Vern talking on another channel. It just came up on my screen. Okay, so anyway, this is a little bit different today. The podcast was not your normal podcast where I interview somebody or talk to somebody, but I thought I should give you guys an update on the Hamfest and how it went. It was absolutely the most fun in the world. I spent 2 days in bed after that because I was so exhausted. My diabetic neuropathy in my feet was screaming for 2 days. I literally laid down in bed that night and my legs were like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it was a long day, but it was well worth it and it was a lot of fun. On that note, my good boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a fond adieu. I'm going to leave you now with the slideshow for a little while, and I hope you enjoy that. In the meantime, this is Mike, Kilo Oscar. Oh, wait. I got to check something. Hold on. Don't go away. Yes. 8 p.m. this evening, there's an ISS pass. It's going to be a 77-degree pass. I'm going to be on it. I don't know if I'll stream live while I'm doing it, but get me on the satellite. I'll be on the ISS. Last I heard, it's up and running. Let's just check and make sure. Look at the MSAT status page. ISSFM is alive and well. It's working. Okay. All right. On that note, thank you so much for coming. I wish you all a fond, beautiful evening. and enjoy yourselves. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, at least not without me. All right? You got that? KO4, PDI, I'll say 73.